INFJs, stop proving your worth to people who don't see it. INFJs, let's get real, it's time to stop proving your worth to people who'll never see it. INFJs, you've done it for years. Quietly. Relentlessly. You've shapeshifted into what others needed, hoping, just hoping, someone would look at you and finally say, I see you. I get you. You matter. But that moment rarely came. And when it did, it often felt hollow, fleeting, or conditional. Like you had to keep dancing, keep pleasing, keep giving, to earn crumbs of recognition. Let's not sugarcoat this. You've bent over backwards. You've silenced your truth to avoid confrontation. You've lit yourself on fire just to keep someone else warm. You've gone above and beyond, thinking that maybe this time, your effort will be enough for them to stay. For them to understand. For them to finally value you. But here's the hard truth. You're proving your worth to people who were never capable of seeing it in the first place. Not because you lack value. But because they lack the depth, the emotional intelligence, and the capacity to even recognize your light, let alone honor it. And that's where the cycle traps you. The more you try to prove, the more you abandon yourself. The more you seek external validation, the more disconnected you become from your internal truth. The more you hustle for your worth, the more it slips through your fingers, because worth was never meant to be earned. It was always meant to be owned. Let me ask you something deeply uncomfortable, but necessary. Who are you without the need to prove anything to anyone? What happens when you stop chasing love, attention, and belonging from people who were never wired to offer it in the first place? That's what this video is about. We're diving into the emotional toll of constantly proving yourself. We're unpacking the psychological traps that INFJs fall into, especially when you feel unseen, unappreciated, or misunderstood. And most importantly, we're going to explore the liberation that comes when you reclaim your worth from the hands of others, and bring it back home, to yourself. This isn't about becoming cold. This isn't about giving up on people. This is about choosing you, finally, unapologetically, and without conditions. So INFJ, this is your invitation. Take a breath. Grab a warm cup of tea, curl up in your favorite corner, and let's go deep into the place where your worth doesn't need to be explained. Only remembered. Because you're not here to convince the world you're worthy. You're here to live as if you already know it. Let's begin. 1. You were never meant to be understood by everyone. From childhood, you probably felt like an outsider, misunderstood in classrooms, overlooked in social groups, even alienated within your own family. Your mind works differently. Your heart processes on a deeper frequency. So naturally, most people don't get you. Take an INFJ artist who spent years trying to fit into a corporate job. They tried to match the extroverted energy, hide their sensitivity, and ignore their intuition. They ended up anxious, exhausted, and disillusioned. Why? Because they were trying to force their depth into a world built on surface-level validation. INFJs often confuse being understood with being valued. But the truth is, people don't need to understand you to respect you. Instead of proving your worth, focus on discovering environments that celebrate your unique insights. Your tribe exists. And they don't require a PowerPoint presentation to appreciate you. 2. Proving your worth becomes a form of self-betrayal. Every time you overextend yourself to gain someone's approval, you're abandoning a piece of your authentic self. INFJs often fall into the helper trap, giving too much, too soon, to people who give too little in return. An INFJ, who stayed in a toxic friendship for years. The INFJ kept giving advice, emotional labor, and loyalty, hoping the other person would finally see his value. But all they got was emotional burnout and a deepening sense of invisibility. This dynamic is rooted in childhood conditioning, especially for INFJs who grew up needing to earn love. Create a self-honor list, a set of non-negotiables that protect your energy. Revisit it every time you feel the need to overprove. Let it ground you. 3. People who can't see your worth usually can't see their own. Projection is real. Often, Those who minimize you are simply reflecting their own insecurities. Their inability to recognize your value isn't about you. It's a mirror of their own inner void. Consider an INFJ counselor who constantly felt undermined by their narcissistic supervisor. No matter how well they performed, their ideas were dismissed. It took the INFJ years to realize their boss felt threatened by their emotional intelligence. INFJs absorb others' emotions deeply. This makes it hard to distinguish between what's yours and what's theirs. Practice emotional boundary work. After every interaction, ask, "Is this mine to carry?" You'll be amazed at how much isn't. 4. Your energy is sacred, don't waste it on proving. You don't just offer time and effort, you offer presence, healing, insight. That's sacred energy. Wasting it on people who constantly question your intentions or value is like watering dead soil. Take an INFJ teacher who constantly tried to inspire apathetic students. The INFJ stayed late, brought in resources, and even counseled students outside hours. Yet, they faced ridicule from colleagues. The moment they stopped trying to prove himself and started focusing on students who wanted to grow, everything changed. INFJs experience energetic depletion faster when their efforts are invalidated. Audit your emotional investments. Who genuinely values your input? Who drains it? Redirect accordingly. 5. Proving yourself delays self-actualization. INFJs are visionaries. But when you're stuck in a cycle of seeking validation, you delay your own path. That energy you use to prove could be used to create. Imagine an INFJ who always dreamed of writing a novel, but they spent years trying to impress their judgmental parents with practical jobs. The turning point came when the INFJ realized they were living a version of themselves that was designed to please, not to thrive. The pain of not being seen can be alchemized into purpose. But only if you stop chasing external approval. Reconnect with your original vision, what lit you up before the world told you who to be. Write it down. Start small. Honor it. 6. The right people will never ask you to prove it. True alignment requires no convincing. When you meet someone who resonates with your soul, your value is evident without performance. INFJs often try to earn love, but the people who truly see them never ask them to audition. No resume needed. Just presence. Imagine an INFJ met his best friend during a volunteer project. There was no proving, no over-explaining, just mutual recognition. For the first time, the INFJ felt safe just being themselves. Feeling safe is your biggest green flag. If you're constantly in performance mode, that's not your space. Start noticing where you feel peace and where you feel pressure. Invest more in the former. 7. You are already enough, now act like it. INFJs often carry silent doubts about their worth. This stems from being different in a world that celebrates the loud, the fast, and the obvious. But your value lies in your subtlety, your perception, your ability to feel what others miss. Picture your younger self, the one who felt too much, questioned everything, and dared to dream differently. That child wasn't flawed. That child was a prophet. Start treating them that way. The need to prove often masks a fear of rejection. But when you embrace your inherent worth, rejection loses its sting. Write a letter to yourself as if you were your own best friend. List every quality you admire. Read it aloud. Repeat until it sinks in. INFJs, you don't need to prove your worth to anyone who refuses to see it. The people who matter won't need a show, a speech, or a sacrifice. They'll feel your value in your silence, in your presence, in your essence. Let this be the moment you stop performing and start honoring. You are not here to convince the blind to see. You are here to shine for those who already can. So, let go. Reclaim your energy. Choose peace over performance. And most of all, INFJ, choose yourself. If this resonated, give this video a like, subscribe for more INFJ deep dives, and share your story in the comments. Your voice matters here. Stay safe, and see you in the next one.